I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats.
At that time, Marquez keenly saw the gap that Bagnaia had made on the inside of the corner. Marquez filled the gap, which made Bagnaia have to retreat to the back. Marquez was finally able to maintain second position until the end of the race. This was Marquez's second podium after runner-up in the Spanish MotoGP. Marquez has now moved up to third place in the 2024 MotoGP standings. On the other side, Gresini racing racer, Marc Marquez, revealed the secret of his impressive performance in the fifth racing series of the French MotoGP 2024. Marc Marquez successfully recorded a double podium by always finishing second in the sprint and French MotoGP races last weekend at the Le Mans circuit, Sarthe, France. Even though Marquez's race weekend did not start smoothly, he was only able to get the 13th starting position in the qualifying round. However, the racer from Cervera, Spain, always starts well and then improves his position. What secret is Marc Marquez hiding? Will Marc Marquez be the destroyer of Marc Marquez who will become world champion? And here's the full news. Marc Marquez showed a crazy action when overtaking Francesco Bagnaia on the last lap to achieve the second podium in the 2024 French MotoGP at the Le Mans circuit, Sunday. Marquez once again showed his quality as a top racer. Starting from 13th position, Marquez shot to the second podium at the French MotoGP. This impressive performance was previously shown in the sprint race, starting in 13th position, then overtaking 9 racers on the first lap and finishing second. However, what is interesting about Marquez's action in the main race of the 2024 French MotoGP is that he overtook defending champion PECCO Bagnaia on the last lap. Bagnaia is one of the racers with consistent performances in recent years. Plus, PECCO uses the latest edition of the Desmosedici, while Marquez uses last season's edition of the Ducati motorbike. After the start, Marquez immediately shot to 8th position. After surviving for 2 laps, Marquez pushed his way to 6th position. From laps 11 to 13, Marquez was in 5th position. Then rose to 3rd position from laps 14 to 17. Marquez overtook Fabio Di Giannantonio on lap 18 to move up to 3rd position. After 20 laps of staying in pole position, Bagnaia was overtaken by Jorge Martin on the 21st lap. Unfortunately for Bagnaia, while continuing to chase Martin, the Italian racer was overtaken by Marquez on the 27th lap. At that time, Marquez keenly saw the gap that Bagnaia had made on the inside of the corner. Marquez filled the gap, which made Bagnaia have to retreat to the back. Marquez was finally able to maintain second position until the end of the race. This was Marquez's second podium after runner-up in the Spanish MotoGP. Marquez has now moved up to third place in the 2024 MotoGP standings. On the other side, Gresini racing racer, Marc Marquez, revealed the secret of his impressive performance in the fifth racing series of the French MotoGP 2024. Marc Marquez successfully recorded a double podium by always finishing second in the sprint and French MotoGP races last weekend at the Le Mans circuit, Sarthe, France. Even though Marquez's race weekend did not start smoothly, he was only able to get the 13th starting position in the qualifying round. However, the racer from Cervera, Spain, always starts well and then improves his position. During the race on Sunday, December 5, 2024, the 8-time world champion rose to 8th position on the first lap. Marquez then broke into the top 5 after 10 laps of the race and then the top 3 after 17 laps. From there, Marquez kept a high rhythm to slowly close the distance to Francesco Bagnaia, Ducati Lenovo, and Jorge Martin, Prima Pramac. The duel between Bagnaia and Martin gave Marquez the opportunity to get closer. He didn't waste it. Even though he was right behind Bagnaia with 6 laps remaining, Marquez patiently waited for the opportunity to attack. He finally released the block pass maneuver on the last lap by beating Bagnaia in braking at turn 9. This time there was no opportunity for Bagnaia to immediately fight back, as happened in the Spanish MotoGP race. "Today we cooked the podium results in a slower way," said Marquez, as reported by Bolasport.com from Crash.net. "It's true that yesterday we had an unreal start and that left me second in the sprint race. But as I said, the most important thing is that I have the speed to overtake and recover, he said. During the sprint, Marquez was faster in cooking his podium results because he was already in 4th place on the first lap. Meanwhile, during the race, Marquez didn't get the right path in the first 3 corners to repeat and instead had to go wide. However, Marquez was confident enough in his speed that he didn't panic even though he was far behind the leading group. I knew the speed was there, so I tried to slowly overtake the other riders, said Marquez. When I was 3rd, I lost time with Fabio Di Giannantonio, but I said 3rd was okay. But then I caught up with them and the pace was there. I suspected that PECCO, Bagnaia, would attack Martin in the last few laps, so I decided to attack him too, said Marquez. At turn 9, the place where he overtook Bagnaia, Marquez felt he had an advantage over his rivals compared to other sectors. Even though he managed to make an impressive comeback, that doesn't mean Marquez will be calm if he starts the series again slowly like yesterday. The 13th starting position really hampered our race, but we can save it this time, said Marquez again. Next time it will be more difficult because we can save once or twice a year. This weekend we made a change on Friday and chose the wrong setting and then we came back, but it's too late on Saturday. Marquez said the electronics sector was one of the causes of the problem. The sprint race was the moment when I felt comfortable on a motorbike for the first time, said the 31-year-old racer. How these two people, Martin and Bagnaia, can appear fast from the start and very intelligent with the goals they want, that's something, he said.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me. Cause she got a bad little waist, and we tearing down this place. Off the liquor that we chase, Casamigos to the face. Baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on a tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine. Got a fine little body and her mind's kinda naughty. They say that once you taste it, you cannot replace it.